I think I have things for the kids to keep them preoccupied long enough to get this video done. So it's been forever since I have posted anything. I think the last thing I posted was when just before I would have found out I was pregnant with Ellie, or I might have already known, but that would have been in 22. So, and then before that, the last update, like real update, I think I posted for Vet Tech was back in 2020. So it's unbelievable that that was like almost 4 years ago now that I posted that. It's just crazy. Time has flown by so fast. So I'm making this update here because I feel like the people that are subscribers to me on YouTube are probably more invested in my vet tech stuff than my followers on Instagram. So here we go. So my last update, I talked about how I just wasn't really feeling it there at that vet clinic that I was at. I got a lot of feedback about trying to go to a different clinic, but ultimately I really realized that I missed human patients. I've been working with humans since I was 19. So human medicine definitely is where the majority of my experience is. In the beginning, I had a lot of patient contact. As I progressed through my career doing what I do, I'm a telemetry technician. That basically is a person who monitors and interprets heart rhythms. As I progressed, I don't have as much patient care as I did, and I miss it a lot more than I expected to miss it. And I liked it when I was doing it. It's not like I hated it when I was doing it. I was like, oh, I can't wait to be done with this. It was just that I thought that I was going to be happier just doing just tele, no patient contact. And I found out that I'm not. Okay, 1 second, okay? I'll play with you in just a minute, okay? Had to double check that it was actually recording because I have done it before where I've recorded a whole video that I did not actually record. So anyway, driving home from one of my shifts at that clinic back in 2020, I called one of my close friends and she kind of asked me, she was like, because we discussed it before, and she's like, so why again don't you want to do nursing? And at that point, it was just a bunch of excuses. And when I was talking to her, I knew it. I knew. It's funny because there was a point in my life, so I always have loved medicine. Before, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a veterinarian. I got a little older and I thought maybe I'd want to do something like EMT or paramedic. Obviously, I got into the job that I got into when I was 19 doing telemetry technician. And ever since I started with tele, so that's what we call telemetry technician, tele. Ever since I started with tele, when I took my first class, I was the first to finish the exam. Everything, I got 100% on it, and the instructor was like, oh, so are you a nursing student? I was like, no, I'm not a nursing student. And she was like, well, you should be because you're very good at it and it comes naturally to you. And I was like, you know, I've always remembered that. I was like, that's a nice compliment. And throughout the years, I've had other compliments like that. So anyway, she asked me, my friend asked me why I wasn't doing nursing. And I was like, well, you know, and I had these reasons, and she was like, you know, you might want to rethink that, basically. And I appreciate her so much for being honest with me. So I kind of thought about it. I was like, you know what, I'll go to the college that I don't think it's technically a community college anymore, but to our college. One second. Okay, so anyway, so she brought up that maybe I should go try it again or look into it again, kind of rethink the whole thing. So I did. I was like, you know what, I'll go to our college here, I'll take some prereqs and just see where it takes me, because I can take these basic medical prereqs and then I have like a bunch of different jobs that I could do. So you can go respiratory therapy, ultrasound, nursing, radiographic therapy, radiology therapy, something like that. I don't know, there were a bunch of different options that you could go with those same basic prereqs for the most part. Okay, so anyway, with those same basic prereqs, there were like a bunch of different routes that I could go. So I was like, oh, at least do the prereqs and then we'll see where we go from there. So I started that in the spring of 21. Amelia was born in the fall of 21, so I took that semester off. And then pretty much since then, I've consistently been going, including there was a semester that I did my anatomy and physiology 1. I believe it was A&P 1. By the end of it, was 9 months pregnant with Ellie. So she was born, I think, 2 weeks after the end of the semester. Ellie's favorite food is avocados, so we'll see if that'll help her. We'll see if we can actually get this video done in one sitting. So I started taking those prereqs. It seemed like it was gonna be forever because it just seemed like so many prereqs that I still had to do. There were a lot of sciences that were like prereqs for themselves, so you could only take one at a time. And it felt like it was gonna take forever. Well, it didn't take forever. Time passes. This is what I tell everybody now, especially younger people who are kind of hesitating on going to school because it's going to take so long. I'm like, well, the time's going to pass anyway. So whether you're taking classes or you're not taking classes, it's still going to be 2 years from now. It's still going to be 3 years from now. You not taking classes is not going to stop the time from passing. So you may as well go do it because the time's going to go by either way. And you might get to the end of those years and be like, wow, I wish that I would have started this however long ago. Okay, so short story long, I was accepted to a nursing program and I'm going to be starting in the fall, and I'm super, super excited about it. I know that there's a lot of you that probably don't share my excitement, and I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry to break your guys' heart because I know that there's a lot of people who are vet med that are just like, ew, no human medicine, and I get it. It's okay. We ought to each our own. I hope I don't lose too many of you because I really do value all of you guys, and I love that you have gone this far with me in this journey. I do plan on like doing a lot more with my channel. So one of the big things to me that I really want to get out there, I newly kind of self-diagnosed myself with ADHD. I didn't think that I had it before, like never even crossed my mind. But these things keep popping up, like, you know, do you have ADHD? Do you have these symptoms? And so finally I looked into the symptoms and I'm like, I fit all of those categories. So my house, if you know like the typical female ADHD presentation, my house is an absolute disaster. It's completely disorganized. I have the hardest time doing things regularly, like mopping the floor and keeping the dishes under control, and laundry is a big one. And then just on top of that, I have a lot of clutter and just, it's disaster. So I started working on it. I really thought, like, this is kind of where I started to be like, maybe this isn't just how I am, or maybe it is just how I am, however you want to look at it. When I was pregnant with Ellie, I was like, you know what? I'm going to get rid of all my clutter. And like, I thought prior to that it was just the way that I wanted to be. And so when I was pregnant with Ellie, I'm like, all right, I'm done being this way. Like, I don't want to be this way anymore. And I found out it was a lot harder to change than I thought it was going to be. And I realized, like, there's probably a little bit more to it than just I was choosing to be that way. But I have been working on it for a while. I do want the house to be completely organized before school starts in August, because I think that that would really help a lot. I want to have some solid routines in place because I feel like I wake up and just like have no direction for how the day is going to go. And that's hard with 2 small children. So I really want to bring this channel into the nursing school, how that goes being a mom. I am on a part-time track, which is great. I'm really happy about that. I want to bring in some of the organization methods that I am finding that are working really well, and decluttering methods, because I have actually, once I like really buckled down on it and decided like it's over. Like I have to fix this. This has to change. It's affecting my relationships. It's affecting my parenting. It's affecting like my self-esteem. It's manifested into something that is just ginormous that needs to be fixed as far as the house goes. But I have found some methods that have really been helpful for me, and I really want to share those with you guys and whoever else might be out there that wants to do the same thing, you know, and get their life a little bit more in order. Of course, I feel like there's some level of chaos in everybody's life, but if we can at least scale it back to a normal amount, that would be awesome. So there's that. There's, like I said, the nursing school. I want to bring it into some of just our lifestyle stuff a little bit. I think we do a lot of fun stuff, especially with the kids. I don't know, maybe some meal stuff here and there, because I am doing some anti-inflammatory diets for, or diet or whatever, however you want to call it, for my PCOS and endometriosis. So overall, like, I have a lot of directions that I want to take this, and I hope that you guys will stick with me and see where it goes and see if any of that kind of stuff appeals to you. I really appreciate all of you. I hope that anywhere that you guys want to go, you're getting there and it's working out for you. Obviously, I started this channel mostly with Penn Foster. I hope that whoever has decided to go with Penn Foster, it's working for them. I know Penn Foster has changed some in the last few years, so I do hear some dissatisfaction with it. I haven't personally experienced any of it because I think I don't know when the last time I took classes with Penn Foster was. I was into the second semester. But anyway, I hope that you guys can stick with me and we're gonna have lots of fun.